ડિયર ફ્રેન્ડ્સ, આજે આપણે જીનર ડાયોડ કેરેક્ટરિસ્ટિક્સ અને ઓપરેશન વિશે માહિતી મેળવીશું. નાવ જીનર ડાયોડ જે છે એ રેક્ટિફાયર ડાયોડ કરતાં કેવી રીતના જુદો પડે છે. ધીસ ડાયોડ ઇઝ ઓલ્સો નોન એઝ વોલ્ટેજ રેફરન્સ ડાયોડ, વોલ્ટેજ રેગ્યુલેટર ડાયોડ અથવા તો બ્રેકડાઉન ડાયોડ કહેવામાં આવે છે. હવે જીનર ડાયોડ ઇઝ અ સિલિકોન પીએન જંકશન ડિવાઇસ કે જેની અંદર ડોપિંગ લેવલ ઇઝ સો એડજસ્ટ દેટ ઇટ કેન ઓપરેટ ઇન રિવર્સ બ્રેકડાઉન રિજન. એટલે કે એની અંદર ડોપિંગ એવી રીતના કરવામાં આવે છે કે રિવર્સ વોલ્ટેજ દરમિયાન રિવર્સ બ્રેકડાઉનમાં એ સરળતાથી કામ કરી શકે વિધાઉટ ધ ડેમેજ ધ ડિવાઇસ. એનો સિમ્બોલ્સ બતાવેલો છે. મોસ્ટ પ્રોબેબલી ડાયોડ જેવો છે, પરંતુ કેથોડ તરફ એના ટર્મિનલ ચેન્જ થયેલો છે. ગ્રાફ બતાવ્યો છે ફોરવર્ડ બાયસ એન્ડ રિવર્સ બાયસ કેરેક્ટરિસ્ટિક્સ ઓફ જીનર સિમ્પલ પીએન જંકશન ડાયોડ છે એના જેવું જોવા મળે છે. પરંતુ અહીંયા ફિગરમાં બતાવ્યા મુજબ રિવર્સ વોલ્ટેજ તમે વધારશો, ઇટ મીન્સ એક્રોસ ધ ડાયોડ ઇઝ ઇન્ક્રીઝ, એ ક્રિટિકલ વોલ્ટેજ વિચ કોલ્ડ એઝ ધ બ્રેકડાઉન વોલ્ટેજ ઇઝ રીચ એટ રિવર્સ કરંટ ઇન્ક્રીઝ શાર્પલી. એટલે કે રિવર્સ બાયસની અંદર તમે વોલ્ટેજ વધારતા જશો, વીઆરની વેલ્યુ વધારશો, તો એક એ મોમેન્ટ ઉપર ધ કરંટ વિલ ઇન્ક્રીઝ શાર્પલી. એટલે કે કેએમ કર્વ જે બતાવ્યો છે એ શાર્પલી સ્ટ્રેટલી વધતો જોવા મળે છે. The Zener breakdowns occurs when the electric field across the junction produced due to the reverse voltage is sufficiently high. Zener voltage Zener breakdown ક્યારે જોવા મળે છે કે ઇલેક્ટ્રિક ફિલ્ડ એક્રોસ ધ જંકશન, એટલે કે જંકશન આગળ જે ઇલેક્ટ્રિક ફિલ્ડ બનાવેલું છે તે પ્રોડ્યુસ કરે છે ડ્યુ ટુ ધ રિવર્સ વોલ્ટેજ વિચ ઇઝ વેરી હાઈ. એન્ડ ધીસ ઇલેક્ટ્રિક ફિલ્ડ, અને આ ઇલેક્ટ્રિક ફિલ્ડ શું કરે છે, બેલેન્સ ઓર્બિટમાં રહેલા ઇલેક્ટ્રોન્સને કેવા બનાવે છે, ફ્રી કેરિયર્સ બનાવે છે. જોઈએ આપણે એનાથી શું થાય છે. ધીસ ફોર્સ ઇઝ સો હાઈ દેટ ધ ફ્રી ઇલેક્ટ્રોન્સ બીકમ્સ ફ્રી કેરિયર. જે આપણે વાત કરી, ધીસ આયોનાઇઝેશન્સ વિચ અકર્સ, એટલે કે જે આપણને આ ફ્રી કેરિયર્સના લીધે આ ફ્રી કેરિયર્સ આપણને મળે છે, જે આયોનાઇઝેશન થાય છે, ધીટ ઇઝ ડ્યુ ટુ ધ ઇલેક્ટ્રિક સ્ટેટિસ ફોર્સ. જે ઇલેક્ટ્રિક સ્ટેટિસ ફોર્સના એટ્રેક્શનના લીધે જોવા મળે છે, જેને આપણે જીનર ઇફેક્ટ કહેવામાં આવે છે. એના લીધે શું થાય, ઇટ કોઝિસ એન ઇન્ક્રીઝ ઇન ધ નંબર ઓફ ફ્રી કેરિયર્સ એન્ડ હેન્સ એન્ડ ઇન્ક્રીઝ ઇન ધ રિવર્સ કરંટ. હવે આપણે એની એપ્લિકેશન્સ જે મોસ્ટ પ્રોબેબલી જોવા મળે છે કે જીનર ડાયોડ એઝ અ વોલ્ટેજ રેગ્યુલેટર એની જોઈએ. સર્કિટમાં બતાવ્યા પ્રમાણે સિરીઝ ઇનપુટમાં આરએસી રેઝિસ્ટન્સ મૂકેલું છે, આઉટપુટમાં આરએલ લોડ રેઝિસ્ટન્સ તરીકે મૂકેલું છે. અહીંયા ઇનપુટ વોલ્ટેજ અને આઉટપુટ વોલ્ટેજ, આઈઝેડ એટલે કે જીનર કરંટ, આઈએલ એટલે લોડ કરંટ, આઈએસસી એટલે સિરીઝ ઇનપુટ કરંટ. હવે વોલ્ટેજ રેગ્યુલેટર કોને કહેવાય, તો કે વોલ્ટેજ રેગ્યુલેટરની સિમ્પલ ડેફિનેશન છે કે વેન એવર ધ કન્ડિશન વિલ ચેન્જ ઇન ઇનપુટ ઓર આઉટપુટ બટ ધ વોલ્ટેજ રિમેન્સ કોન્સ્ટન્ટ એટ ધ આઉટપુટ સાઇડ. તો અહીંયા આપણે શું જોવાનું છે કે V0ની વેલ્યુ ગમે તેવી પરિસ્થિતિ હોય ઇનપુટમાં કે આઉટપુટમાં હંમેશા કોન્સ્ટન્ટ રહે. જો એ કેવી રીતના, તો સર્કિટમાં બતાવ્યા પ્રમાણે કિર્ચોફ કરંટ લોની મદદથી સૌથી પહેલાં ઇનપુટ કરંટ જે છે આઈએસસી ઇઝ ડિવાઇડેડ ઇન્ટુ ટુ પાર્ટ્સ, એટલે કે બે ભાગમાં વેચાય છે, આઈઝેડ એન્ડ આઈએલ. તો આપણે લખી શકીએ આઈએસસી ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ આઈઝેડ પ્લસ આઈએલ. એન્ડ સેકન્ડ વન, ઇનપુટ વોલ્ટેજ ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ આઉટપુટ વોલ્ટેજ પ્લસ ધ ડ્રોપ અકર્સ, એટલે કે આઉટપુટ વોલ્ટેજ વત્તા જે ડ્રોપ સર્કિટમાં થાય છે તે. તો અહીંયા આઈએસસી ઇન્ટુ આરએસસી એ ડ્રોપ થાય છે, માટે વીઆઈ ઇઝ ઇક્વલ ટુ આપણે લખી શકીએ V0 પ્લસ આઈએસસી આરએસસી, ઇક્વેશન 2. Now insert the value of ISC from equation 1 to equation 2. The VI is equal to V0 plus IZ plus IL brackets whole RSC. Now we are consider the different cases whether the value of input side or output side is changed and the output voltage is constant or not. How? Here is the case 1. Suppose first case is IL is constant, like output side load is constant, there is no change in the output side, but VI is increase. It means that input current input voltage is increase. Due to that ISC increase, that ISC RSC drop increase, IZ also increase, and that's why output voltage does not increase because VI is increase. So V0 try to increase, and that wise output voltage does not increase. It means V0 is constant because ISC RSC drop will increase. So due to that output V0 voltage is constant. Now suppose same way IL is constant but input voltage is decrease. So input voltage is decrease. That's why V0 tries to decrease. That's why Zener current is decrease and ISC is decrease. So drop is decrease. So drop is decrease, then output voltage increase and balance. It means no change in the output voltage V0. Now in case 2, input voltage is constant but output side is changes, but it means load current is increase. So total current tries to increase, V0 is a decrease, so IZ is decrease, and ISC here is constant because Vi is constant, input voltage is constant, so drop is constant, so V0 constants. Now if Vi is constant and IL is decrease, so IZ is increase, but ISC RSC drop once again is constant, so the V0 is constant. So all these 4 conditions, we observe that the output voltage is constant. So that's why Zener diode is called as a voltage regulators. Thank you. Dear students, now today onwards we are study about the transistors and its concept. હવે આપણે જાણીએ છીએ કે ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર્સને આપણે બીજેટી પણ કહી શકીએ છીએ. બીજેટી ઇટ મીન્સ બાયપોલાર જંકશન ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર. બાયપોલારને કેમ કહેવામાં આવે છે એ આપણે આગળ જોઈશું. Now we know that the semiconductor diode will work on the forward bias and the current can flow in only forward bias condition, and in reverse bias condition the current cannot flow. This is, remember this thing. Now transistor is made by using 2 PN junction diode back to back with the create 3 terminals as shown in figure. Now here what we can do, we take the PN junction 2 PN junction diode and N is a sandwich in between the two P layers, it means the PNP transistors, and same way if we are sandwich the P type material in between the 2 N type material, it makes the NPN transistors. A BJT is a 3-terminal semiconductor that is used for the amplification and switching purpose. This is the applications of main of the transistors. We can learn in a next topic. Now it is a current control device, and here current flow or create with the use of 2 charge carrier. Here we are using the 2 charge carrier, holes and electrons. That's why this type of transistor is called bipolar. Now current control devices by using biasing in transistors are mainly 2 types. One is the NPN and another is the PNP. Now transistors has a 3 doped regions as shown in below. Now we know that the doping કોને કહેવાય? Doping એટલે કે to add the impurities in intrinsic material. આપણે જોયું હતું કે extrinsic materialમાં N type અને P type material બનાવવું હોય તો એમાં ડોપિંગ પ્રોસેસ કરવી પડે. અહીંયા પણ એ જ 3 લેયર આપણે યુઝ કરવાના છે ડોપિંગમાં, એક NPN અને એક PNP, જેમાં N, P અને N. અહીંયા તમે એક વસ્તુ જુઓ કે લેફ્ટ region is called the emitter and the middle region is called base and the right side the region is called the collector. It's called E, B and C. Now remember this thing, the emitter size and its doping level is the moderate and heavy. Here you can see the emitter is the larger than the base and base is the smaller and the collector is the most larger area. Now base is a thin and doping is a light and collector is a large and doping is a moderate. Now finally 2 types of transistors, NPN and PNP, but normally we use NPN. This question is always in our mind, why we are using the NPN only. Now this is the answer. We know that the NPN is the majority charge carrier is the electrons, and remember the semiconductor carrier is electrons, and in semiconductor material what we can explain, the outermost is a 4 electrons. Now 1 electrons are become a valence electrons to free electrons and become a hole. Now hole is the attached with the atom and this is the heavy particles, and the free electrons is the light particles and having a more mobility to move. So this is a good mobile mobile charge carrier. That's why we are using the electrons type of majority charge carriers of NPN type transistors. Now this is the symbols. Now we are remember that the NPN transistors having a symbols is a base to emitter current flow, and PNP is the from emitter to base. બહારની તરફ જતો કરંટ, it means કે outer side current, it's called NPN, and inside of the symbols shows there is the PNP transistor. Now here is the two junctions, J1 and J2. The first diode make a junction J1 and second diode make a junction J2. J1 is called the emitter base junction and J2 is called the collector base junction. J1 is a less than J2 because the depletion regions is in a J2 is the greater, because they are the reverse bias position. Now these are the active regions we develop from the three category of operation of the transistors. One is the active region, second is the cutoff, and third one is the saturation. Now this depends regions on the which kind of the supply we given to the junction. If J1 and J2 both given different type of biasing it means to supply in between these two terminal. In junction J1 it means what? Emitter base junction we given a forward bias, and J2 junction given a reverse bias. So at that time forward bias, this is the voltage across the voltage at the base is greater than the voltage at the emitter, and same way they are VC less than VC greater than VB in a reverse bias. These are the circuit arrangement and used as an amplifier. So these are three regions we are also studying the characteristics of the transistors, and these three conditions are also repeated on the characteristics of the transistors. So dear friends, these are the basics of the transistors. Now onwards we are studying the operation of the transistors.
Dear students, હવે આજે આપણે સેકન્ડ વિડીયો ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર્સમાં જોઈશું. આજનો વિડીયો જે છે આપણો ઓપરેશન ઓફ ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર્સ. હવે આપણે જાણીએ છીએ કે ટ્રાન્ઝિસ્ટર ઇઝ ધ ટુ ટાઈપ્સ, NPN and PNP. Here we are discuss operation of an NPN transistors. For the transistor actions, we know that we need the biasing supply voltage at the input side and output side. So here external biasing of the junction is provided by the battery VEE and VCC. VEE normally called is the voltage supply given as a forward bias to emitter side, and VCC is the voltage supply biasing to the collector side. So these are the voltage given as a forward bias and reverse bias, because we know that the transistor will actively work EF. Here written is the EF, it means emitter is the forward bias and CR is the collector is the reverse bias. It means the emitter are connected negative terminal of the battery and the collectors are connected positive terminal of the VCC battery. So this forward bias and reverse bias conditions, we know that at the junction 1 which make between the emitter and base, this junction 1 is a very less depletion region. That's why the here N type material emitter has a majority charge carriers of electrons, and these electrons called as a capital X is gone easily from emitter to base. So emitter to base they are crossover, and in the base we know that base is a less doping. Less doping, it means what? There are the majority charge carriers holes, but the numbers of holes is very low. So holes, value of the holes is very low. That's why the electrons come from the emitters are recombined in the base with the small amount of the holes. So here is a small electrons are absorbed in the base is small x. So as the 2% of electrons from coming from the emitters are in the base, most of the 98% of electrons are going at the collector sides. Now here collector is the area is big, but the doping is less compared to emitter. So less numbers of electrons, and they are available space for the collecting the electrons emitting from the emitter. Now these three actions are divided in a emitter action, base actions, and collector actions. Now see we here the emitter actions, as we saw the forward bias conditions, emitter base junctions, large numbers of electrons, capital X electrons per second, cross the junctions and enter into base. Same way, very small number of holes, it means Y holes per second, flow from the base to emitter, and current can flow is the emitter current. Now this emitter current is the become INE plus IP. INE is the due to majority charge carriers in emitter, and IP is the due to majority charge carriers holes from the base. But lightly doped of the base, this is IP is the negligible compared to INE. That means IE is equal to INE. So these are the emitter current in emitter section. Now same way we are discussed as a base actions. So in base actions, 2% are absorbed from the emitter to base electrons coming out here, and the 98% are going in the collector sides. Now we diffuse into the base from the emitter, recombine with the holes in the base, and the flow of equal number of electrons from the base to the positive terminal of the battery, because B are connected positive terminal to base. That's why the flow of such electrons is the base current. And same way in collectors, from base to remaining number of electrons reaching the depletion region is the 98%. It is X, capital X minus small x, and these electrons are swept out into collector by reverse bias voltage. So reverse bias voltages are there, that's why the collector gives a rise current, it's called collector current, and finally the external circuit we get the IE is equal to IB plus IC. This is the fundamental equation of current in a transistor circuit. Now same way, here we are also discuss the operation of PNP transistor. Here I give the diagrams, just we change the negative terminal of V in the previous is connected with A is the positive, and the positive is the negative. These are the change. And another change is that replace the holes in place of electrons. It means the operation of PNP and NPN is the same, but change is all is the negative is the positive and positive is the negative, and the direction of the current will be change or reverse. So this way we are understand that the operation of transistors can working. So in the next slide or next video we can see the types of transistors configuration and its characteristics. Thank you. In this video we are studying about the transistors configurations and its characteristics. As we know, there are three configurations in which a transistors is connected in a circuit. How we can considering the configurations? આમ જોવા જઈએ તો કેવી રીતે આપણે નક્કી કરીશું? The input and output circuit, which are the common terminal, because we know that the transistor is a three terminal. So base, collector and emitter. If any one the terminal are common between the input and output is called the common types configurations. So this way we are considering the common emitter configurations. In these configurations, the base is the input terminal and the collector is the output terminal. So as shown in the figure, VB is a connected is the input side, and another source is a connected VC is the output side. But the emitter terminal is the common between the input and output. That's why it's called the common emitter. Now second way, the NPN common base mode. In these configurations, the emitter is the input and the collector is the output, but the base is the common terminal between the input and output. That's why it's called common base configurations. And last one is the common collector configurations, NPN mode, CC mode. In these configurations, the base is the input and emitter is the output terminal, and collector is the common terminal between the input and output. So these are the three configurations of transistors. Most probably common emitter transistors configuration is used in applications. That's why we are only the study the characteristics of common emitter transistors in the next slide. Now characteristics of common emitter configurations. Now here the obtain the input and output characteristics, we draw the following common emitter practical circuit, because we want the readings of input sides and the output sides and draw the graph which are the possibilities or which are the functioning graph to operate the input side and the output side. Now, as shown in the figure, here the common emitter transistor circuit is there. Only part of that the practically we are add the variable resistance and VBB and the VCC, the two source, and the two meters, voltmeter and emitters at the input side, same way as the output side. Now is the base is the input terminal. At that time that we are connected emitter and the voltmeter VEB. Same way output side, the emitter is the measuring the current value of the IC and the voltmeter is the measuring the voltage of VCE. Two are the variable resistance. We are adjust the value of input VBB and the VCC as shown in the figure. Now, in common emitter mode, the IB and VB are the input variables. As shown in the figure, they are the input variable terminal. Output is the IC and VC. Now, for the input characteristics, we are draw VI characteristics same as the diode, PN junction diode. The VEB is the input voltage and the IB is the input current. So these two are the variables and the different value of VCE. So we change the value of VCC with the use of this variable rheostat at the output side. So VC is changed. So different value of VC, we observe the value of IB and VEB and plot the graph. So here is shown in the input characteristics graph. When output voltage is 0, it means the VCE is 0. Now the emitter base junction is forward bias. So characteristics same as the forward bias PN junction diode. And now VC is increased from the 0. It means the greater than 0. The width of the depletion regions at the collector base junction, it means the reverse side is the increase. So the base current is decrease compared to VC is equal to 0. So these are the input characteristics of common emitter transistors, which leads to less base current IB and increase the VB as shown in the graph. Now in the output characteristics, now the output we know the variable is the IC and VC. In that sections, the input side we are using the rheostat, variable rheostat. We value change of IB. Now in the presence of IB is equal to 0, it means the no voltage is given to the input side. At the time we measure the value of IC and VC. At the time the value of IC and VC graph is given a one region, it's called CR, cutoff region. Now as increase the value of IB, then equivalent to value of IC is also increase. So this graph give us the three region: cutoff region, saturation region and active region. So we know that the active region, emitter base junction forward bias and collector base junction reverse bias. Cutoff region is the both junctions are the reverse bias, and saturation is the both junction is the forward bias. As shown in figure, the dark portions or shaded portion is called the saturation region, cutoff region. In between these regions, transistors always work very healthy. It's called the active region. Now next topic is the relation between the current gain alpha and the beta. Now gain is the same as the electrical terminology. Efficiency is the output by input. Here is the in electronics terms the gain is the output by input. Same way the transistors can be find out in the terms of current, because the input current from emitter to collector or collector to emitter, we have to find out the value of the gain. A transistor is usually regarding as the current amplifier. Now is the fundamental formula as we know, I is equal to IB plus IC. Now for to current amplification factor, we want to find the static current in a common base. Common base, it means the constant PCB. The alpha DC is equal to IC by IE. Same way when common emitter connection, here we are beta DC is equal to IC by IB at the constant value of VC. You should have to remember this value of IDC and beta DC, alpha DC and beta DC, IC by IE and IC by IB. So how we remember this value? Alpha DC. Alpha DC, it means IC by IE. Here are the C and E are used, IC and IE. B is not used. That's why it's the common base connection. And beta DC is IC by IB. Here C and B used, and E is not used. That means common emitter. So for the easy to remember. Now is the relation between alpha DC and beta DC. Now we know that IC is equal to IB plus IC. So mathematical steps, dividing both sides by the IC. So IC divided, we get the 1 over alpha DC is equal to 1 over beta DC plus 1. So because the alpha DC value is put in this equation, so we get from the above equations or previous slide equations, we get the alpha DC and beta DC equation is alpha DC is equal to, in terms of beta DC, is the beta DC divided by 1 plus beta DC, and beta DC is equal to alpha DC divided by 1 minus alpha DC. So these are the main relations between the alpha, beta and beta. Okay.